Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video. 2024 is really creeping up on us fast. And there's a lot of things going on with this game. I see a lot of issues that I haven't seen in the past. And one of the big questions I have for everybody out there is, are you having issues with in-game purchases where you pay for something, your credit card is charged, and you just don't receive what you paid for? And also, are you still or are you experiencing any stability issues within the game? I guess I threw still in there because there's always been stability issues with the game, just like with any application. But it just seems with this, I've had issues with this game since I started playing it. But just the overall stability and the quality of development lately just doesn't seem to be where it should be. Where updates are constantly coming out, fixes one thing, breaks five others. It just seems like there's no testing when these updates are released. So I'm just curious if everybody else is seeing that, or maybe it's just me. Just so everybody knows, I've been playing this game a long time. Anything spoken about in this video, any views expressed, good or bad, they're just my opinion. I've been playing this game, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, and I had some great times with the game. I still do today. But then there are some things with the in-game purchases that it's creating some frustration levels that I haven't seen before in the community. Just a little intro for me. Like I said, I've been playing this game for a while. When I first started making in-game purchases, and before I go any further, there's this group right now, so comments are open, so you can actually type in comments and go back and forth. And there's this group probably typing up comments right now, and they're basically saying, Max, I've been playing this game since 1975, and I've never made an in-game purchase the entire time I played. And that's great. I'm happy for you. And that's fantastic. But this video is probably not geared towards you. This is geared more towards people who do make in-game purchases, people who do make those purchases that buy gems, people who it's geared towards the people that spend money on the game. So if you don't spend any money in the game, you're more than welcome to watch this video. Please do. But just understand, this video is not geared towards you at all. It's geared towards people who do make the in-app purchases. So when I first started making purchases in this game, it was more to create videos, primarily boot camp and clan battle videos. And it was to help players. So if there was something that it took 10 runs to figure out, I would try to get those 10 runs in, share the best possible outcome I had with either boot camp or Mighty Eagle boot camp or clan battle, to reduce the number of runs you needed to score the highest points and save you a little time, hopefully a little money. And there's a lot of people out there making the videos. I just found now I just don't have the time to do it anymore. So now when I spend money on gems, it's more to just help my clan in battle. If there are a few extra runs are needed to score those couple extra points to get that win across the finish line, that's why I'm doing it. But there's been a lot of issues lately. I'm going through an issue right now, and it's interesting because it started shortly after this. There was a little uprising at the end of October, and I wasn't pushing. I actually wasn't involved in this, but I supported it. It was basically a large group of players put together. It was a worldwide boycott where there were no purchases, no gem usage, and no ad watching from October 27th to November 1st. And this was not meant to break the bank for Rovio. It was not meant to, have any monetary damage, I think, towards anybody. I think it was just more to get the attention of the company to say, hey, we have frustrations. Please hear us. Here's some of the stuff that we see going wrong. Can you please fix it? And I know there were a lot of people that participated in this. I don't think it got the attention that they were looking for, though. At the end of the day, I think it. I don't want to say it was a waste of time, but I know. So this went to November 1st, and I really didn't see anything. Nothing was really fixed in my eyes come November 2nd. In fact, it was about 2 weeks after that is when I first opened up my first support ticket on November 14th, and it was basically a ticket to address some purchases. And at first, it seemed like it was okay. This new support system they have, initially I thought this new system was to try to improve support, but now that I have interacted with it quite a bit over the last couple of months, it seems to me that it's more to remove the human side of support on the Rovio end. So basically, you type in a few keywords, you upload your receipts. At some point, if there is human interaction needed, sometimes they get involved, and sometimes my requests just sit out there forever. I was getting some help from Apple on this, and Apple they were refunding me my purchases, and then occasionally I'd get some help from Rovio where like after 3 or 4 days, the Blues Bling purchase for 800 gems, I would finally get it. But by then, the clan battle I needed it for, it was over, and it just was, it was basically. It's just a waste of my time, and it was kind of nice because I stopped spending money in the game, and I know a lot of people actually stopped spending money in the game because there were a lot of people complaining about this, and it was and then I got to where Apple actually stopped. Providing refunds, and initially they were helping out quite a bit, and that was nice. I mean, but it was just still frustrating having to go back and forth because by the time this would be resolved, the whole reason I needed the gems or whatever I paid for, that was gone. So if you're in a clan battle and it takes 3 days to get this resolved, that's up. It's already gone. And then here you can see this is from November 23rd. I have these as recently as a week ago, and it's in this particular case at the end of November. This was for Blues Bling. It seemed like that's really was my main issue. I could do another purchase on like one of their $1 purchases and it would go through fine. The issue I'm going through right now with Rovio. With On is the treasure pass, and I got the same response from Apple on this, and so I'm kind of stuck. So what do you do if you've gone to Rovio and they're not helping? You go to Apple, and I just need to imagine that they're receiving a lot of requests. If there's that many people actually still playing this game, they're getting a lot of complaints about it. Angry Birds 2 and getting a lot of refund requests because of these purchasing issues, and maybe they're not. Maybe maybe the player base has just really shrunk, and there's just not that many people playing anymore. I honestly don't know. That's why I'm kind of asking this question. I'm really curious to see what other people are experiencing, or if it's am I just that one lame duck that's out there spending money on the game and everybody else is just playing for free and that's it? Because I do see Rovio trying to make certain changes in certain places, and they've gone as far as to, and they're frequently asked questions. They actually have a section for just applying to bad purchases now. And their support, I got to tell you, it just seems to have gotten really bad. I picture like a couple people in the garage now supporting this game. I hope it's not that, but again, my opinion. But they tell you to go to Apple if you have an issue. That is what they tell you to do. But so it doesn't work. I don't know what other people are doing. And then they had this recent release that came out where they acknowledge there's all kinds of issues with the Treasure Pass and how we deserve a better experience. And it was like, wow, okay, maybe somebody did hear us through all of this. And so they're offering a token of gratitude, and their token of gratitude is like 15,000 points. Now, I had issues. I didn't get these 15,000 points. So if you did, please chime in and let people know that they actually went somewhere. Because what I'm seeing now is not people saying, "Hey, I got 15,000 points." As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm still having issues with purchases, and then I see people like Johnson Funky, who's a respectable member of Angry Birds 2, been playing the game longer than me. He makes great videos and just just a very great person to follow in the game. And when he starts posting stuff like this on Facebook, this was just 2 or 3 weeks ago, posting stuff like this on Facebook. So I got to imagine, he's probably had to jump through all the same hoops as me, all the same hoops as everybody else. And so if you have people like him just basically saying he's done, doing, making purchases in the game and I don't know, his playtime is probably reduced. Maybe I don't know. But when I see posts like this, it's discouraging. So basically, the question is still out there. Do you still have issues with in-game purchases? Do you still have issues with stability within the game? And if you do, just leave a comment. Just curious to see how many people do. And then where do we go from here? I know with my approach, I'm actually continuing to open up support cases with Rovio, of course, and I'm still pursuing the path of Apple. And then I'm actually asking Apple, what the proper support path is because I'm questioning if a game is allowed to take money from people who play it and they not deliver on what they're being told they purchased. I got to imagine there's certain levels of standards that you got to meet to be listed in the App Store. Just trying to find out, questioning what those standards are. I'm curious. And then I'll eventually I'll see if what I can do to transfer some of the comments and questions that come from here over to Facebook. And interesting, just going back to Facebook, since I just brought it up, I find it interesting that they actually created, what's that group? It was they actually asked me to join it. Rovio did. It was the Mighty Eagles or something like that. And they created this private group on Facebook, reached out to longstanding members, and it was kind of cool that they would take that kind of an interest, create a Facebook group. They had what was his name? I think his name might have been Oscar or something like that, part of their support team, and they got everybody together, and everybody was providing. It was almost overwhelming. I got to imagine the amount of feedback they were getting, and then they just bailed on it. They just bailed on. I don't think they're part, like everybody that was part of that support from Rovio. I don't know that there's anybody still in there, and I don't know if they use, because to me Facebook is still an active channel. If you want to hear what the community's saying, there's a lot of voices to be heard there, and I just don't know that they're listening in. If they are, I might just not be aware of where they are, and that could be the case. It won't be the first time. So, but it was just interesting that they did take an approach to start up, this support method, or this hearing just wanting to hear feedback from the community, and then they just killed it. So anyway. leave your comments, please. Leave your comments. Have any questions, please leave those. And thanks for listening in. And everyone take care and have a fantastic new year. I'm looking forward to see what 2024 brings. Thank you.